Can you guys hear me? Can somebody let me know if you guys can hear me? If you guys can hear me, can you thumbs up the live so I'm aware that you guys can hear me since the comment is turned off? If you guys can hear me, like turn up the live, like thumbs up the live. And my English, also, by the way, is not that well. I still speak a little pidgin. So I might not say things like exactly the right way because I still speak a little pidgin. But if you guys can hear me, thumbs up the live and let's get started. Period. So I'm going to start off with telling you guys how all of this started, right? So I met Q a while ago. Um, it was my birthday. I was 22 and I was turning 23 years old, right? So I walk into my man's restaurant and there she was, just there, like just there. So when I came in, my friends were already there. Like one of my other friends actually brought me to the restaurant. They had like a little surprise get together for me, right? So when I looked over, like I see everybody that I know, and then I see her, and I don't really know her like that. So my man introduced me to her. He was like, "Oh, this is Q, this and that and the third. She doesn't have any friends." That's literally what he said. She doesn't have any friends. She's trying to make new friends. So I thought it would be a good idea to let you guys meet because I'm actually like a really, really good cook. So, and I guess she eats. I don't know. But he was like, "Oh, she eats." But I never knew like she had a YouTube channel. I never knew she had a YouTube channel or anything like that. Because everybody eats. Like there's so many content creators online right now, and a lot of them eat, right? So I didn't really think about it that much. So while we were all like sitting there, whatever, talking, gisting, whatever, um, my birthday, we were talking about my birthday party because that was hosted at a separate event, like somewhere in Philly or whatever. So I couldn't find a makeup artist. And I don't wear makeup, right? I don't wear makeup. My skin is my skin. I don't wear any makeup. So with somebody like me who don't wear makeup like that, it's very, very hard to try to like look for a makeup artist or whatever. So she said she did makeup, like she boosted about it. So I'm like, well, can you do my makeup? Like, and we're gonna pay her to do my makeup. I'm not asking you to do it for free. Like, why would I ask you to do something for free when I don't know you? So I'm like, can you do my makeup? Like, can I book you for my makeup? She was like, no, I'm gonna be out of town. I'm not gonna be around, so I won't be able to do it. So it was just weird to me because I don't know. I'm really nice. Somebody asked me, somebody that I'm trying to like be friends with, if they ask me, hey, can you do this? I'm gonna do it because I don't know, like I want to be their friend, so I'm gonna do it. So when she was like, no, it kind of like, okay. So I was like, okay, it's not a problem. Like I'll find somebody else, I guess. So I ended up finding somebody else to do my makeup. It was last minute. And it's not even her fault that she didn't want to do the makeup. Like she's entitled to not wanting to do my makeup. It's perfectly fine. So, but I still had a bad vibe from her when I first met her. Like I still had a bad vibe from her, right? So and I'm very territorial. Like I don't want people in my space that I don't know, and I'm pretty sure everybody else feels that way. Like you guys, right? Like you don't want somebody you don't know just coming in your personal stuff, and especially if you can read people and you see that this person has like there's something about them but you just can't put your finger on it, but you know like there's something about this person. And I'm African, so I'm gonna get into where I'm from because a lot of people wants to know where I'm from. right? I will let you guys know. So I didn't invite Q's to my birthday party, right? If I was this bad person, like she claimed I was, and I was this mistress, and as soon as I walked in, I was the most, what did she say? I was the most, I don't know. She said a lot about me. Like she said, when I first saw her walk in, she was this, she was that. Why did you come to my party uninvited? Why? Nobody invited you. And I do have a friend, right? That my friend is going to also join this live in the next couple of videos that we do, because we're going to link up to do this, to do another live. Because, so y'all know that I'm not lying on her, right? Me and my friend, we're going to link up, and I'll let you guys know when we're linking up. So just keep that in mind. And we're going to do another video so that you can hear this from somebody else. So she came to my party, and I didn't want her to come to my party. So I was like very, very annoyed when I saw her at my party, because I'm like, I asked you to do my makeup and I was going to pay you, and you told me no, but you showed up to my party uninvited with another dude that we don't know. Mind you, when she was at the restaurant that day with us for my, like pre-celebration, like, you like pre-party before you party, right? So when she was at the restaurant, she was there with Dennis, because that was my man's friend that he was trying to hook her up with. So she was there with Dennis, and they were boo loving. She was like, "Oh, you're so sweet. You're so nice. This, that, and the third." Like, she was feeling him, right? And then show up to my birthday party with a whole nother man. We were like, me and my friend was like so shocked. Like, I was like, why? Like, I was like, why is Q here? She was like, I don't know. I was like, how did she get the address? And then my friend was like, I send the address. I was like, why did you send the address to her? She's uninvited. I didn't invite her to my stuff. I don't know her. Like, she's not, like, I don't know. She was weird at that time. So I cut my friend off. Like, I cut my friend off for like a month. I was like, why would you invite her here? And then in the beginning, I peeped that, because a woman knows something. Like, you have women intuitions, like if something's not right, you have a woman intuition. So with your man, like, when a girl looking at your man, when a girl wants your man, you just know. It's just, you just know. So I already knew she had her eyes on him. So I didn't really want it to be around her, because I saw that she was eyeing him a little bit. Like, even though she was with his friend, she didn't really want the friend. Like, she wanted him. So, and it was like, if I could get the friend, at least he's close enough. You know what I mean? It was just like that. So I cut my friend off for like a month. And in that month, Q kept coming around the restaurant. She came every single day, like uninvited. Mind you, I'm there. I'm cooking, I'm doing things, whatever. And she's there every single day. So it's hard to miss her. Like, I'm like, oh, it's the girl that came to my birthday party. So sooner or later, we started like, hanging out. I was like, let me give her a chance. Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm uptight. I don't know. But I was like, I'm Pisces too, by the way. So, like when we feel some way, we really feel that way. So, and we like to stay away from people. Like, we like our space. So she kept coming around, and I give her the chance. I allow her to get close to me. I allow her into my world, right? So the whole time I'm hanging out with Q, like, she's trying to like stir me the wrong way on my guy. Like, she's like, oh, he does, like, at first she's like, oh, he doesn't have money. Like, she started like manipulating me, like trying to, like, I felt like she tried to pimp me out. Like, as a 22-year-old woman, like, you're 30 years old. She is 29 to maybe she was 31 or 32, but in that age range. So she's at least 10 or 9 years older than me. Like 10 or like you're making a video, a 3-hour video on a young woman who has a business, who has stuff going for herself. Like I'm not here in these streets or like these young girls, like how they doing right now. Like there's a lot of young women that are doing things that, it's 2023, like, or 2024. People are doing things. So I'm not doing nothing. I am here working, doing hair, cooking. I'm just doing anything that makes me money, right? I'm doing that. So she's like trying to like stir me the wrong way. And she's like, oh, he don't have money. Like you need to leave him. Like just trying to convince me that he's just such a bad person. But the whole time I met her through him, and we've been together way before he knew Q. So why are you like trying to like manipulate our relationship? Our bond is close. Like it's not breakable. So I told him, and I'm like, she's saying all of these things about you. Sorry, I thought I'm in a salon right now, so I thought somebody just tried to come in. So I told her, I'm like, hey, she's trying to like, she's telling me that you don't have no money. I should break up with you, this, that, and the third. She's trying to get me to meet with other guys. She was trying to get me to meet with other guys with her. Like, cause I'm pretty. She's like, oh, you're pretty. They're gonna love you. You have a nice body. That's what they're looking for. She tried to like hook me up with guys and everything. Like try to pimp me out. That's what I call that. Like you have other friends, right? Hook them up. Like I'm in a relationship. Why are you trying to like stir me the wrong way? Like making me drink. Like she will make me drink like liquor. Like, and mind you, I wasn't the type to drink. Never. She started like making me drink liquor. And you know when you get like tipsy, like you're not yourself or whatever. So there was like a couple times where like I did um like entertain a guy through Q, but not to say I messed with the guy. Nothing. It was just like he got my number and I got his number and we texted. But then when I got to myself, I'm like, like she's trying to like she's messy. Like she's trying to change me. Like she's trying to make me to be somebody that I'm not. So my communication with her slowed down. Like I stopped going places with her. And every time she did meet up with me, my man was always there because I didn't really feel safe around her, like in her company alone. Like I just felt like somebody always had to be there. Right? So Q was with Dennis, so she got with Dennis eventually. Me and her became a little acquaintance after my party, and then she started like sharing more information with me. And then because I stopped going places with her by myself, so every time she saw me, it was always with my man. So she would always be like, "Oh, he loves you so much." Now it has changed from, oh, he don't have this, leave him, da 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 da. Now it's, oh, he loves you so much. Then she started seeing him like buying me things. She's like, oh, he spoils you. Oh, I wish Dennis would spoil me like that. How do I get Dennis to spoil me? Like asking me questions. Like I don't know. I don't know why somebody's choosing to shower me with gift. Maybe it's because I work hard. Maybe it's because I'm loyal and I hold it down. I don't know. Maybe you need to be loyal to some guy and hold it down, and then he's gonna gift you the world. You know what I mean? But if you out here messing with everybody, sleeping with every man in your path, how is a guy and you're not holding no man down? Like, so except for I guess the guy now, you're paying all his rent, you're paying everything for him. So I guess that's holding him down. Maybe he should buy you the world or whatever it is. So she was like, "Oh, he spoils you. What can I do for Dennis to spoil me? How can I get Dennis to marry me?" And I was even like coaching her, like, cause I'm African, so what? Like, who better you're gonna get an advice from an African woman, right? So I'm like, girl, you just need to just chill. Like, guys, African men, they don't like women that are like loud and over the place. Like, you just shouldn't do too much. Like, and in Africa, like the men cater to their women because, but women of standard, not any women, not any African man is going to cater to every African woman. No, they cater to women that has standard. There is a wife material and then there's a hoe, right? There is a good girl and then there's a bad girl. You got to be like, you have to chill. You have to have manners. You have to be brought up in a proper home for an African man to want to wife you. It's different for them having you as their girlfriend or doing whatever with you, and it's a difference from them actually um, putting a ring on the finger and buying you a house and putting you in the house and raising a family with you, right? It's a difference. So I was telling her like all those things, like you need to calm down, like you need to chill, you need to you if you want Dennis to marry you, you need to just, act proper, like act like a wife or whatever. So I took her to the African store. We bought some like African attires because she like it was this one day I wore my African attire. She saw it and she's like, "Oh my God, you look so beautiful." So I was like, I took her to the African store. We got an attire for her, and we even wore it together, like matching attires. Like, so I don't know how she was like, "Oh, she's just some ranky dang that was in my life for 1 second." No, it was. It was not like that. It was not like that. So anyways, fast forward. She started like pressing Dennis to like buy her things because she saw my man always like gifting me with things. And she started getting jealous that so the things that Dennis will buy her, it doesn't equivalent to what my man buys me. Like my man will buy me a Gucci, right? A Gucci. Her man will buy her a Kate Perry or Michael Kors. Like, what is Michael Kors? 2024. That's for little girls, right? So when maybe it's my fault. Maybe I said something wrong to make her feel like her gift wasn't a gift. I don't know. But why do you always have this man coming to our restaurant to meet you there and give you gifts, right? Like, shouldn't you guys meet at like a dinner or his house or your house? And you talk so bad about the restaurant that the it's dirty and this, but girl, that was your second home. Like that the restaurant was your second home, Q. You were there every single day. Nobody invited you. You just showed up. Like, we just saw your car. Sometimes we got tired of you. We just didn't say it because we got tired of you being there. So there was sometimes she would come and wait for Dennis, and Dennis wouldn't even show up there. Like, he would be dodging her. He would be like, "Oh, don't tell Q you saw me. Don't tell Q you saw me." Because after he found out who she really was, he didn't really want to keep pushing the relationship with her. In the beginning, he liked her, but that was because she was around me. And I'm a good girl, right? I'm classy, I'm calm, I'm smart, I'm business minded. So he thought birds of a feathers flocks together, right? So he thought this girl is like this girl will be like this. That's her friend, right? That's exactly what he thought. But once he found out that she was nothing like me, he backed off. Like, he didn't want to keep pushing the relationship with her. So there was time in the beginning when they were talking that he would buy her gifts, but she will make him like come to the restaurant to give her the gift there, like in front of us. Why do we need to see that? Like, we don't care. We don't want to see that. Like, go somewhere else. He's giving you a gift. That's romantic, right? Go to a romantic place. Like, go to a nice dinner. I don't know, something, but not don't come to the restaurant. You know what I mean? Trying to like do that. So when he brought the watch, because my man had bought me a Gucci watch, right? So she's like, I want a watch too to Dennis. So Dennis brought her a watch, and it was a Michael Kors watch. So she's like, he brought the gift, and then I was just sitting right there. So I was like, she's like, oh, I love the gift, or whatever. And then when he left, She was like, "Do you like my gift?" I was like, "Yeah, I like your gift. It's really pretty." And I was like, "What brand is it?" Like, I didn't even know. I was like, "What brand is it?" She was like, "It's Michael Kors." I was like, "Oh, that's really nice, but why would he get you Michael Kors? He should have got you something more." Like, that's what I said. Maybe that was wrong. I don't know, but I said that. And she was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna make him take it back. I don't even like it like that." So I don't know what happened to the watch. I don't know if she gave it back to him or whatever. So YQ was with Dennis, right? She was still living with Scott. That that was the weird part. Like, she was still living with Scott in the hood because I went there, and it's literally right behind Glasgow High School. If you anybody that lives in Delaware, if y'all know where Glasgow High, you know Glasgow High School is not good, right? And you know the low houses or townhouses next to it is the hood. Like, everybody knows that in Delaware. So she was living with Scott there. I don't even know up to this day if the BMW is hers or not, because I haven't seen her with a car in a long time. So I don't know. So she was living with Scott. She had the BMW, whatever. I had a Benz. Um, so she was with Scott, and when she was with Scott, that's when she was doing all of the videos, the cartoon things, the makeup, those crazy makeup. That's when she was doing them. So, but he was the one doing them for her. Like, he was the one. I came to the conclusion that he was the one doing it for her, right? So, because after she knew that we knew she was like living with him, she didn't really want nobody to know that she was still living with him. So even after she broke up with Scott on that YouTube channel, she was still living with him for a long time. For a long time, even throughout the whole Dennis relationship, she was still living with Scott, and that was a long time. So when I don't know the time frame of when she broke up with Scott on here on YouTube, but add another 2 years to that. That's how long she was living with Scott. So Scott never was out of the picture for Q. Never. She was still living with him. And while she was living with him, she was at Tasty D's fucking Dennis. And when they had sex, it was at a hotel or whatever. And while she was with Dennis, she started acting crazy, like really, really crazy. So he started backing off, like backing all the way off, because he thought she was like me. She wasn't like me, so he backed off. So he used to want to come to the restaurant to hang out with us. He's like, "Is Q there?" Because she was always there. So he's like, "Is Q there?" And I'm like, "No." He's like, "All right." And then he would come. And then if like, what's crazy is one day, right? He came to hang out with my man. And while he was there, Q came and he literally ran out the back door. This man ran out the back door. He was like, there was another time he came, and she was like, "Oh, I'm waiting for," like, she was there. And she was like, "Oh, I'm waiting for Dennis. I'm waiting for Dennis." I guess they were supposed to meet there. I don't know. And she asked him to like bring something for her or whatever. And he came to the back and he said, "Don't tell Q I was here. Tell her Uber brought it." And then he left. So African men, they will do things for you, but that don't mean they're gonna like wife you or anything like that. Anyways, so while she's with Dennis, Mayor, that's when Mayor happened, right? So there was more than Mayor that happened. There's another guy, there's a couple African guys that I know that they're all married. They are all married. At least four of them that mess with Q are all married. Like, married men with businesses. These guys are all married. And I'm not going to say their names because they are married. And I'm not going to put their marriage in any position that can mess up, and then it comes back to me. And my man is still friends with those guys up to this day. So they're still friends. So I'm not gonna I'm not gonna do that to start saying name, but there is 4 guys, right, African men, in the time frame that she's messing with Dennis and living with Scott, that they were married, that she took their number and she was talking to them. Even so, I posted. If you guys look at my short or community, one of them, if you guys check it out, right, there's her on there saying, I need a rich man. I want to go to Belize. The Belize guy is married. He's married. The Belize guy, he's married with kids. He's a grown man, a grown married man with kids. And you knew that. And you're asking for his number, right? And a lot of people are like, I saw too, a lot of people are like, oh, um, why are you trying to expose Q? I'm not trying to expose Q. When I talked to Cheryl, I told her not to post anything about Q. I said leave her alone, right? Just leave her alone. Like, it's not worth it. I don't want to be a part of it. That's what I said. I said I don't want to be a part of it. That was literally four months ago, back in 2023, when Q had that audio that she played when she called me, thinking that she was going to check me, and I wasn't feeling how she was coming at me, so I came back at her. Me and Q texted after that, and we decided to put everything behind us. I have the text message from Q that we decided. Hold on. I'm gonna come on here and show y'all. 1 second. 1 second, guys. 1 second. I have to go to WhatsApp. This is Q. Right? This is Q. You see the name? And we decided to put all of this behind us. Right? I was like, girl, I'm better than that. When she reached out to me, we argued a little bit. At the end, I said, girl, I'm better than that. I'm not trying to argue with you. I have stuff going on for myself. And you don't. You just have this YouTube. Q doesn't do anything. She doesn't do real estate. She doesn't do makeup. She doesn't do nothing outside of YouTube. Nothing. So, and with YouTube, you can say a lot of things about people and try to, mess up their character. And because this is all you have nothing to lose, really. This is not a real job. But I have real stuff. Like, I have a store. We have stores. We're actually working on our 3rd restaurant, Miss Q, right? We're on our 3rd one. So if the restaurant was so bad, we wouldn't be making a 3rd one, right? We wouldn't have money to come up with a 3rd restaurant. And baby, you should see this one. It's real big. So it's just a lot. It's a lot. So while she was with Dennis, there was 4 other guys. Those guys, what she doesn't know is all of these guys are friends. They all talk. And I told her that from the beginning. I said, Q, Delaware is small. All of these men are friends, girl. They talk. They all talk. So be careful. Be very careful. Like, if you're going, I'm at the end of the day, I'm at the time I was her friend. So I'm looking out for you. I'm not gonna run my mouth on you. Like, why? You're my friend. Like, I'm not gonna go around and start telling people all of this stuff about you. That's not my place. That's not my place. But I am gonna advise you. I'm gonna advise you and be like, hey, be careful, because these guys talk. They talk. They talk a lot. Men talk more than women, especially African men. Right? They talk more than women. So when she was messing with these 4 married men, while she was messing with Dennis, they told Dennis. That's why Dennis cut her off. Dennis cut Q off. And maybe he still met up with her. Why? So with Dennis, right? She never actually stopped having sex with Dennis. Even when she got married to Mr. I don't know the guy's name, the one she's married to right now in Nigeria. When she was married to him and she came back the first time, she asked Dennis for rent money. And That's how much these men talk, because if they didn't talk, I wouldn't even know that part. Like, I know things on Q, but there is separate things within her, with her men, that I know. But why would I know if they're not running their mouth on you? And if they had any respect for you, they wouldn't be running their mouth on you, Q. So you can see how they look at you, right? Like, to them, you're just you're passed around. You're a shower, right? You're not shower. Come on, you're not shower. So when she came, so she was messing with the four married men. Then it's for now. He started backing off, backing off. Now at this point, she went from girlfriend to side, to like a side chick, or like a random girl now. Like, you had girlfriend title when you first started messing with this man, and he was very serious. But because of your ways, that way that you have right now, that you were sitting on that couch, right, running your mouth, African men don't like that, honey. So the man that you're with right now, when he finished and he's fulfilled and he gets what he wants, he's gonna leave. It's distasteful. Even if you're gonna run your mouth, at least do it like a classy way. Like, be classy about it. You don't have to be ghetto. You don't have to be loud to be heard. Like, just chill, and speak your truth. But you speaking your truth with lies and then anger. Didn't they say when you're angry you should be quiet because you say a lot of things that you don't mean, right? Anyways, so Dennis went from having her as a girlfriend to her being a side chick. So then he got another girl, right? He got another girl, and then he would like meet up with Q when he wanted to fuck. That's it. When he wanted to have sex, that's when he called Q, and we know because he talked, he talked a lot, honey. So then, while that is happening, Mare happened. Mare is a 24 years old boy. A 24 years old boy. Q is like 30 or 31 or 32. I don't know her exact age, but I know she was at 30 or above at that time. At this time of the Mare situation, he's 24, a 24-year-old black man in America. You already know that black men in America, they treat them like, like fourth class, not even second or third, right? Black men in America, they're scared, like they have PTSD. You're worrying about the men's in Africa, but you're an American, honey. You are an American. You're not even worrying about protecting your Americans over here. Like, you're all the way in Africa trying to, I don't know. I don't know what you're doing, but you look like a clown. You're not even African. So, I mean, technically we're all African because that's where, that's the motherland, but you know what I mean. So her and Mare and everybody was at this party. Everybody was at this party, and we were all having fun. And I'm not really having fun because I work. This is our restaurant. I'm working at the same time I'm partying, but I'm more working. So I'm not paying attention to everybody, like who's doing this or who. I'm talking to the bottle girls and the hookah girls, and just trying to make sure everything is good, because money at the end of the day is what we need, honey, right? We need the money, not anything else. So it's just a lot. So then she drank. She's been drinking, right? She's been drinking a lot. Like, not at that time. I'm talking about since I met Q. She always drank. I never met Q to not drink, right? The first day I met Q, that same day at my party event, she got really drunk, and I had to make sure she gets home safely. I'm 22 and you're 30 something, and I have to make sure you get home safely. Shouldn't you make sure I get home safely? Shouldn't that be the other way around, right? And another thing, I'm gonna finish the Mare, but another thing, a lot of people keep making excuses for this woman, not even this girl, this grown woman that's pushing 40 years old. Every comment that I see is, oh, she was having a bad time in life. Oh, she was going through something, so it was justified. This, that, nothing is justified. You understand? Like, if you're gonna make decisions, you have to wear them on your sleeve. You can't make a decision and then be like, oh, and then you're blaming everybody for your own actions and your own decisions, right? Nobody made you make that decision. You made your decision on your own. When you were making your decision, did you consult somebody? No, you didn't. You made it on your own. So why are you blaming people for your your situation? Why? Right? So Mary was at the party, and this is her sexual assault, right? This is what we're talking about, which is a lie. It's a lie. Mind you, this young man is just 24 years old. He had just turned 24. So we were at the party. She's drinking, whatever. Q just, like, I don't even know when she left. I don't know when Q left. At the end of the day, why do I need to know when Q's leaving? Am I Q's keeper? Am I her mom? I'm not even her sister. I'm not your mom. I'm not your sister. You know what I mean? So there's no, I don't need to keep you guarded for nothing. If you cannot handle your liquor, don't drink. Know your limits. Know your limits in life. If you know you cannot handle something, just don't do it. Right? I wouldn't drink when I know I'm vulnerable because I know people take advantage of the situation. So why would I put myself in that situation? Right? So Q left. But Q didn't get in his car. Mind you, he has a car, she has a car, right? Q didn't get in this man's car. Neither did he got in Q's car. They left separately, right? They left separately. She drove behind this 24-year-old boy. She drove behind him. You ain't that drunk if you're behind the wheels, honey. And as a 30-year-old woman, you're grown, right? So you're not that drunk if you can walk outside, get in your car, put the key in, start the car, wait for the man to start his car, right? Pull off, you follow behind him. He gets to his house, you park and get out the car, y'all go upstairs, y'all do a grown people business, right? And then because Dennis found out, now you want to lie. You want to be like, oh, he raped me. First of all, when Dennis asked her, did it happen? Because there is a video of it, but it's not the video that everybody thinking like, oh, he recorded her. Yeah, he recorded her without her consent. Like, that's as much as he did. But people, guys do that. That's why you got to be careful who you lay with, right? That's why you have to be careful in who you give yourself to. If you're not careful who you give yourself to, and you having sex with 24-year-old boys, that's what they're going to do. That he's young. What do you expect him to do? He's young, right? So, and Q had a lot of mouth when she actually met this boy. Like, she was like, oh, I would never, because he tried to kick it to her. Oh, I would never talk to you. Da 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 da. But you followed him home. You went to his house. Y'all had sex. He recorded it, and he told people about it. He told a lot of people too, not just us. He told everybody. He's 24. That's what they do. So when Dennis called her to ask her, like, hey, did you do this? She said, no, they lying on me. I don't know what they're talking about. I always been going through this in my life where everybody lies on me. This, that, and the third. She pleaded the fifth. She said, never, ever happened. Right? Then she found out that the boy had a video. I'm like, we're like, he has a video. Then she went cold, like she went quiet when she found out he had the video, because maybe she had to think about what to say next. So she's like, "Do you have his number? I'm gonna call him right now. He's lying on my name. I need to see this video." This and the third. So she hung up, called back. She's like, "He raped me. He raped me. He took advantage of me. He took advantage," like crying. He took advantage of me. First of all, if somebody took advantage of me, right, and it happens, right? Sexual assault is 100% real. It happens. But with Q having all this mouth on that channel that y'all see right now, right? That y'all saw that she was all gangster, like, "Oh, I'm gonna do this. Y'all don't know me in person." She was talking all that. She was talking like a hood girl, right? You think somebody like that is gonna let somebody rape them and not say nothing or not act or not go get niggas to try to fight him or something, right? She would do something. She didn't do nothing. She didn't do nothing. She lied on that man, on that young man. So she's like, "Oh, he raped me, this, that, and the third. I'm gonna press charges." We're like, "Yeah, go press charges if he raped you." We're like, "Go press charges if he raped you." But we know he didn't rape her, and she never pressed charges, right? I have her message now of she texted me and said, "Oh, I spoke with Mayor and he apologized, but he apologized for running his mouth. That's it. He apologized for running his mouth, not because he did anything to her, because he didn't. But that's when I started seeing like the real Q. Like, girl, you're ready to like tarnish this young black man who's trying to get his life started because of your ego and your image. Oh my God, that is disgusting. If you did something and your man found out, girl, babe, I fucked up. I did this. I was drinking. I'm sorry. It's not going to happen again. I will never cross those lines. Please forgive me. That's the right way to handle it, right? Like, ask for, if you cheated on someone, you hurt someone, ask them to forgive you. And then give them space and let it happen. Let them forgive you and let them come back or whatever. After that, Dennis was done. He was done. He didn't want her no more. He was done. So I started withdrawing myself from Q. Then, like, I started like she'll text me. I'll really text back. She'll want to hang out. I'll be like, "I'm not available." And then she would just start showing. She'll still be showing up to the restaurant, and of course, my man is there. He's the owner, so she want to talk to him. "Oh, I'm going through a lot in my life. I need help." Trying to vent to him, and he's just like, "Why are you venting to me? I'm not your friend." And like, why did you invent it to me? Anyways, so she will always still come around, and we allow her sometimes to come around. Then it started becoming weird, because then she started buying stuff for my man. Like, out of the blue, while we're all sitting there smoking hookah, because I do smoke hookah. Everybody smokes hookah. It's 2024. So she's like, "Oh, D, I bought you Tim's. I bought you Tim's." I looked at myself and I looked at him and he looked at me. We're like, "What? You bought him what? Tim's for what?" She's like, "Oh, because you've been such a good person to me. You've been really nice to me. You're the only one in Delaware that I can confide in. You're my close friend." He's not your close friend. He's not. He's not anything. She was like, "Oh, and I also found these I don't know, like wallet or something that, oh, I want to buy for him, buy for you." I was like, "You don't need to do all of that. Like, you don't. He's fine. He's okay. You don't need to." That's why I was like, What are you trying to do? He doesn't need anything from you." So then, it just started becoming weird and weird. Then I found out that she started telling my man things about me, right? She started like saying things to him. She's like, "Oh, you could do better. I don't know why you with her." But the whole time, Q is smiling in my face, and I don't know she's doing this behind my back. It was one time when me and him got in a little argument, and I was like, "Why wouldn't you even tell me she's saying this? I would have cut her off." But I guess to him, it was a way of keeping tabs on me. That's just what it was. So Q, she started saying like negative things about me, whatever. And then he's like, "Oh, this is what she's saying about you." So as all of these things are coming, I'm like withdrawing myself from her. So there was this one night, the night that she said we went to Philly, that he took us to Philly. Yeah, he took us to Philly. As a man, and you got a girl, and she with her friends, and they're trying to have a good time. Wouldn't you be the driver? Isn't that safer than them getting drunk and driving and being irresponsible, right? So he's like, "I'm gonna take you guys, and I'll be your chauffeur." And of course, he's really protective of me. So that was I guess that's a way of being around to supervise whatever. I don't know. So he took us to Philly. It was me, Q, and another girl and another girl. So it was like four of us. So I was in the front. He's driving. All three of them was in the back of the seat, or whatever. So we went to this club. My man is not jealous of nobody. He has so many businesses. He gets invited by schools to speak on business seminars, you know what I mean, on how to start businesses. Grown men come to this man onto how to start businesses. So why would he be jealous? He's a giving person. He's helpful, you know what I mean? So we went to the place, and we're all having a good time. And the owner of the place, right? And he's a friend. I'm not gonna say his name because some people don't like this type of publicity. But the owner is a friend with my man. They're friends. They've been friends for a long time. They wanted to open a club together. They've been friends for a long time. Because that's why we even felt comfortable to go there, right? So we get there, and he's like looking at, I hugged him like, "Hey, what's up? I haven't seen you in a long time." My man hugged him. So my man and him are like sitting there on the couch or on the section or whatever, and they're smoking hookah, and guys, they're chopping it up or whatever. Q, she's like, "Oh, is that the owner? Oh, he got money." Like she already eyeing him. I was like, "Yeah, girl, go talk to him." What am I supposed to say? Like, you know what I mean? Like, go talk to him. So I don't know why we went upstairs exactly, but we did end up going upstairs. It was me, Q, and the other girl. We went upstairs. So my other friend, Q didn't really like my other friend. So she was like being so evil to my friend. And I'm not a judging person. Like, I'm always gonna be anyone's friend, right? Like, I'm a good hearted person. So if you do good to me, I do good to you. That's how I work. So Q didn't like my other friend. So she was being like really mean, really rude, like to this girl. So I was like, just, I don't want Q trying to fight her. So I'm like trying to keep them apart or whatever. So we went upstairs, and that's like the upstairs, like another bar. So we're just like looking around. I think because before the upstairs was never renovated. So now the upstairs renovated. So we went up there, we're just looking around, whatever. And then the owner, he came up there, right? So he came up there, and he's like, "Oh, you guys are okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, we're fine." And Q used that moment to talk to the man. So she's like talking to him or whatever, and they're talking, and she's like rubbing on him and everything. And I left and I went downstairs. That's it. That's what happened that night. I swear to God, if I'm lying, I should be strike dead right now. I never did nothing to that man up there. I left. When Q started doing that stuff, I left. I went downstairs, and I was with my man and my real friend that I know for a long time. I left because it's not my character. You know what I mean? I don't even want anybody to be like, oh, her and her friend. No, nope. I'm going. Bye. So I left. I went downstairs. So Q and I may exchange number or whatever. We left, dropped them home, and I went home. And after that, it started becoming like slow and slow, like with the friendship, whatever, whatever. There was a night she randomly texted me. It was like, "Oh, let's go out." And I was like, okay. So we went to like this place called Bango in Philly. We were smoking hookah. And then when we left there, we went to like my man's cousin's place. And then we ended up meeting my man there. So I think that was like the official last time I hung out with Q outside of, um, like hung out with her by myself. Like that was the last time. But even then, she still kept going to the restaurant. She still kept going to the restaurant or whatever. So when I found out that Q was like saying negative things about me, I blocked her. Like I didn't even want to be her friend. I put her on blocked and I left that alone. There was another event that happened. Q Q uses her body as like currency. Like if you do this, I'll do this with you. It's like that's how she rolls. There was a time where her car messed up, right? And she had sex with the mechanic to get the car fixed, right? While we were there and he was fixing the car, right? Because I went with her. It was at the African place. They're all African. All of these men are African. So I went with her to the African place, because I had a dent in my car, in my Benz. Like somebody, I was at a party and somebody had like, I came outside and there was a dent in the car, but I never got it fixed. Like I don't know, I didn't really care about it. I'm young, like I don't care like that. So when her car, like somebody scratched the car or something like that, when she was like, "Oh, it's messed up. I'm gonna get it fixed. They're gonna do it for free." I was like, "Who you know that's gonna like fix your car for free? Like, can I get my car fixed for free?" Like, I don't know. I'm like, "Can you hook me up to get my car fixed for free? Like, if you got the sauce like that, like you pop in, like you got the sauce, like shit, get my car fixed for free because it's a Benz, so it's gonna be expensive to get those kind of car fixed. Like you might have to get a whole door, a whole new door for a Benz." So when she said like she gonna get her car fixed for free, I was like happy. So I was like, I'm gonna tag along with you and try to talk to the mechanic and see if even if he can give me like a discount, that's fine. Like, you know. So I went with her, and that day we were supposed to like hang out anyway. So and we were supposed to go to like the mall after. So I was there, and the guy came, whatever. He looked at the car, and he was like, "Okay, he's gonna fix it." Da, da, da. But they already did what they were supposed to do, right? So while she's out there, like we're standing there, another guy comes. Another guy comes. A random guy. I swear to God, if I'm lying, strike me dead right now. Nothing good should happen for me in life if I'm lying on cue. Another guy came, a random man came in a SUV. And he saw us outside because we're standing around the car. So he's like, okay, them girls look good, right? So he stops his car right there by her car. And he's like, "Oh, what's wrong?" Like, trying to pretend. Like, he's like, "Oh, what's wrong?" She's like, "Oh, it's fine. I'm I'm getting it fixed, whatever, whatever, whatever." Right? She's like, "It's fine." So he's like, "Oh, I might have something." No, they fixed the car, but she said it's not done to her perfection. That's what it was. That so she was still looking outside. She was like, "No, I can still see it. I can still see the scratch." Mind you, she already don't have sex with this man to fix that car. He fixed it, and of course, he's not going to do a good job because at the end of the day, guys want money more. If you pay them, they're gonna do what they're supposed to do, right? But if you're having sex with them to get it done, they're looking at that as like not real work. So they're not really gonna do a good job at it, right? So she said it wasn't done the right way. So while she's like talking to the guy, and I'm not gonna say his name because I still know him and he still fixed a lot of things for us, me and my man. So I can't say his name. So he the guy comes in the SUV and he's like, "Oh, what's wrong?" She's like, "Oh, my car was trash and he fixed it, but I don't like how he did it. I don't like how he did it." This guy said, "Follow me to my house and I'll fix it for you." I swear to God. I was like, you ain't really gonna follow him, right? Like, like, no, we're not gonna do that because these guys talk. So I'm like, Q, no. So she's like, "Oh no, let me just go and see. He's gonna fix it. I'm gonna just allow him." Almost. Q got in her car, and I'm like, "Well, she's my friend. I'm here with her, and I don't want like anything to happen to her. Let me drive behind them, right?" So I'm so stupid and gullible. I'm so slow. I'm not even thinking like she just slick way agreed to go to his house. Like I'm not thinking about none of that at that time. I'm young. I'm just like, "Oh well, let me let me make sure my friend is fine, right?" And the car gets fixed. I'm like, "Yeah, we about to go get the car fixed." All stupid. So I get my car and I drive behind Q and we get to this man's apartment complex. Mind you, he didn't have a house, it was just an apartment complex. So it's not like he was gonna fix her car in the garage or he was gonna park her car was gonna park in front of his garage. He was gonna open the garage and all the tools was gonna be there. It was none of that. He lived in an apartment complex upstairs. So they're like, I'm sitting in my car. I never got out of my car when we got to his apartment complex. I'm like sitting in the parking lot. Her car is parked up. He's like pretending to look around at the car. They're talking. I don't know what they're talking about, but I was there for like 15 minutes thinking we're about to leave and we're about to go to the mall. So like I'm thinking about to have a girls' day. Because every time I used to get with her, I used to be like, I just want to have a girls' day. I don't want to do anything. Like I just want to have a girls' day. So it's a mess. It's a mess. So Q comes to my car and she's like, "Oh, you can go ahead and leave. I'm gonna go upstairs with him." I swear to God. I swear to God. I am not lying. If I'm lying on this girl, nothing good should happen for me. My store should be shut down. I should get in a car accident. I don't know. Nothing good should happen for me if I'm lying on this woman. She said, "Oh, you can go ahead and leave. I'll meet you later. I'm going to go upstairs." He said he knows how to cook, so I'm going to allow him to cook for me. Just by saying that, so now I know y'all going to be in that house for a long time. Because if somebody's cooking for you, that takes time. That takes time, right? It takes a lot of time if someone's cooking for you. So I know y'all about to be in that house. And then I literally was like, okay, like that's kind of fucked up. Like I left what I was doing. I felt bad. Like I left what I was doing. I came with you to get your car picked up or whatever. You just met a random nigga and now you're about to go to his house and I had plans for us to go out to the mall to get something to eat and just chill and be girls and you just gonna like dump me for like a guy, like just gonna. And like I told you guys, I'm really like I'm a Pisces. I'm protective of my friends. You know how we Pisces are. Like we sometimes we don't really like our friends to have friends. We get jealous. Like why are you gonna go be friend with another girl and go out with her and like I'm your friend. We should go out together. Just stupid things. So she left and went upstairs and I just drove off and my man called me. He said, "Hey, I thought you was with Q." And I was like, "Yeah, but she left me and I don't know what to do." So I was like, "Can you come to the mall with me?" So he was like, "Okay, babe, I'll meet you." And he was on his bike. So he rode down there and then he met me, and we went to the mall, went to Macy's, and that's when I actually got the Gucci watch. That's when I got the Gucci watch. And I got some Dior perfumes and Chanel, the little Chanel perfume. I got those, whatever. And then I sent a picture to her. I still have the video. I sent a picture to her. I'm like, hey, Q, look what I got. Look what he bought me. And she's like, oh, he loves you so much, whatever. And then I told my man, because my man is my best friend. I don't know about everybody out there, but your significant other is your right hand. Like, that's your best friend. So I tell him everything. Maybe it's I don't know. A lot of women, I hope a lot of women are like that. Like, I tell him everything, he tells me everything. We're best friends. We're in this together. So, sorry, I just burped. But that's what happened with that situation. Like, a random guy she met. I don't want to say everything on here yet. I want you guys to tune in. There's going to be another video. I'm going to tell you guys about the time that she got the train ran on her. That's going to be the next video. And I'm not lying on this girl. I have nothing to lie for. You have to think about it. I don't have an Instagram page, right? I can have an Instagram page. I'm cute. I know I'm pretty. I can have an Instagram page. I can have YouTube. I had this YouTube channel since 2013, but that's just to play music. You're in the car and you need to listen to music, so you have a channel, like not a channel, but like a YouTube. Everybody has YouTube, and that's how you use to listen to music. So I listen to music through my YouTube. Never posted a video. Never. I had Instagram. I deleted myself off of Instagram a long time ago because I don't want nobody looking. I don't want nobody looking at my pictures. I don't want nobody looking at me. I don't want nobody seeing me. I don't want to be seen. I just want to do business, make money behind the scenes. It's kind of like the bank, right? You have the employees, you have the general manager, and then you have the branch manager. Do you ever see the owner of the bank? No, you don't see the owner of the bank. I don't want to be seen. Don't see me, right? I'm the owner in the back. Like, I make my money, keep my mouth closed, mind my business, drink water. That's it. Sometimes I drink tea in the mornings. But I don't want to be seen. I have no purpose for YouTube. I have no purpose for Instagram. They don't make me money. They're just an app. This thing is just an app, right? It's just a platform, right? Do you ever see Bugatti with commercials? No, you don't. They don't have commercial because their audience don't watch TV. So I'm on my path, right? I want to have a good life. I'm 25. I'm grown now. Like, I'm not a baby no more. I'm grown. I'm a grown woman. So I want to make money. I want to build an empire. I'm working on a lot of things. A lot of things. I'm not no bum like that girl said that I am. I'm a real life boss. A young boss. A young boss. So there is things that I'm still learning in life. There is a lot of things that I'm a baby. There's a lot of things that I'm still learning in this life. And maybe I'm immature now. I don't know. But there's a lot of things that I'm going to learn even more, like wisdom. Maybe I have wisdom, but I don't think I have a lot of wisdom. Because if I had a lot of wisdom, I would probably ignore Q, right? But I don't have a lot of wisdom. So I could be a little bit sassy too, right? Like, if you're going to come for me and keep coming for me and I'm ignoring you, right? And there's only so much someone can take. And they're like, hey, I need to defend myself. I'm not going to get bullied, right? Q can post whatever she want to post about me. Because, girl, you don't know nothing about me. You think you know, but you're far off. You don't know nothing about me. You're really, really far off, baby. So you can post whatever you want to. You can make 1,000 videos if you want to. You can do your worst. I'm protected by God, right? My life is alhamdulillah. I'm protected by life. You should get chills just watching this video and me saying that, right? Nothing bad is going to happen to me. And I got some text message from Q talking about if it takes 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, I'm going to find you. That's a threat. If I'm nobody to you and I'm a bum and you don't want my life, right? Why you gonna look for me all them years? Damn. Why you looking for me all them years, baby? Why? For what? Like, that's a lot. That's a lot of time on your hands. You know, 1 year, 2 year, 3 years, 4 year, 5 years. You know how far you can be in life if you apply that to yourself? Baby, you could be very far. You could be Donald Trump. Shit, I don't know. Excuse my language. But you could be Donald Trump. You could be Oprah with all that time, baby. So I'm comfortable. I've always been comfortable. Nothing, my life is not fake. My life is real. She wants it. She saw my life and made a content about it. That's what it is. Let me sit up for y'all. Right? Q saw my life. She saw what I have. African, beautiful African woman, right? That's very, very respectful, well-mannered. Came from a really, really good home. A really good home. My mom does well. And she did well bringing me up, right? And I love my mom for that. Because imagine she was going to bring me up a different way. This conversation would be different. But she brought me up the right way, so this conversation is proper, right? So Q came around and saw my life and made it her life on Instagram or YouTube. That's really what happened. She saw my life and made it into content for her viewers. That's really, really deep. Mind you, she said that in that video, like, I never been around Africans in my life. This was the first time. Damn, girl, I changed you that bad. I made you thinking you're a Nigerian. I made you think you're Nigerian. That's how much of an impact my life has on towards you. That's how bad you wanted it. Wow. Wow, Q. Now that I'm here on YouTube, I'm not going away. Maybe I like it here now. Thank you. Thank you, Q. Thank you for bringing the attention. Even though I don't want it, I get it in real life. I'm a real life, like, I don't know how I look on camera, but in person, baby, I'm bomb. I know I look good. I'm a 10 out of 10 from head to toe. I'm curvy and everything in the right places. And I'm little. I'm small. I'm small. I'm really small, actually. So, and I don't have no BBL, no lipo. Everything is natural and real. I came out of the womb like this. I'm from the motherland. You wish you were from there. You're there right now. And if I really wanted to, you don't even know that country. You're talking about, oh, I'm not Nigerian. Actually, let's go into where I'm from. Since we're talking, let's go into where I'm from. I'm from Liberia, proudly from Liberia. I love my country. My country was where they sent the free slave when America was done mistreating us, Black people, right? So know your history. So you want to get on here and be ignorant and arrogant and talk about Liberia? Girl, Liberia is where they sent the free slave, right? Technically, Black Americans are more closer to Liberians because that's where our ancestors, the slave, the previous slaves are their generation and generations are there now, right? Liberia is where they sent the free slave. So, if Liberia is where they sent the free slave, I'm just giving you a little history lesson because I'm intelligent. I'm not just pretty and I'm not just, doing stupid things like she's doing. I actually know my history and I know my culture very well. And I know not, and I will tell you about Nigerian culture as well because we're not so far apart. And I can drive from Liberia to Ghana. It's all connected. I can drive to Sierra Leone. I can go to Cameroon. I can take a 2 hours flight to Nigeria. We're all the West, baby. We're from West Africa, right? So Liberia is where they sent the free slave, right? And where did the slaves come from? They came from everywhere in the world. All from any of the African countries. They came from Nigeria, they came from Ghana, they came from Cote d'Ivoire, they came from Sierra Leone, they came from Cameroon, they came from everywhere, right? So technically, baby, I have some Nigerian blood in me because my ancestors, I don't know if they were fully Liberian because they were slaves. So they could have been Nigerian, they could have been Sierra Leonean. So technically, I have a lot of blood, a lot of African blood in me, right? And I actually came here when I was born in Liberia and grew up there. And I came here when I was a little bit old enough, right? And they put me first, when I came here, I didn't know English. I didn't know how to speak English. So they put me in ESL, English second language, right? So that's how my English is a little bit better. And sometimes I still mess up words because I speak pidgin sometimes, most of the time. So my words are, sometimes messed up. So that's a little history for Q, not for y'all, because y'all know. Y'all know. Q doesn't know though. Q's a little bit lack of knowledge. She's still getting there, she's still growing up. Even though she's 30 or 32, she's still growing. I don't even know if she finished high school, but she's still getting there. And it's okay. Sometimes it takes a little time because some people are really slow, but it's okay. We're not gonna treat our slow kids different from our smart kids because we love them all equally. Right? So that's what it is. Next video is going to be dropping. Oh my God, I think I stay on here way too long. Next video is going to be dropping. It's going to be called Choo Choo Choo. Choo 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 Q. Because I'm going to go into details of how she got that train. Now, the story that I just told you guys, right, is not from first, second, third, fourth, fifth. I summed the beginning of our relationship up and I summed the end up for y'all so that we're not on here for 4 hours like you, right? But there is some details and some information that I did not put in there because on purpose, right? So going forward, I'm gonna drop maybe maybe I'll have like 10 more videos of incidents that happen for Q. So y'all should subscribe and turn your notification up for me, right? So that you guys can find out when I'm dropping those videos. I'm dropping them very, very soon, right? And another thing, I had no intentions on coming on YouTube. You can ask Cheryl. The reason why Cheryl did not post everything that Q is because I told her not to. And I said, Miss Cheryl, you don't need to do that. That girl is damaged already. If you bring Q name up in this Delaware to anyone, you're not going to get anything good out of her name in this Delaware. That's why she's moving around. I'm going to say this after this, right? I'm not trying to be on YouTube, but now I am. I'm actually going to be on YouTube now. Because guess what? You brought me out of my comfort zone and I'm wasting my time here with you when I could be making money. I'm wasting my time, right? I'm spending my time making this video like 1 hour. That's money, baby. So now I'm gonna get paid to be on here because you got me here, and you want to make up stuff about me and lie and tarnish my name. You're gonna pay me to do that. Period. That's just what it is. Second of all, what was I about to say? If you mention Q's name here in this Delaware, nobody messes with her. Like, she's crazy. She's a lunatic. One minute she wants to kill herself. One minute she's this bad girl. One minute she's this, she's that. She's not consistent. She's all over the place. So with people who are all over the place, nobody wants to associate with them. And then with her, you could do something little to her, and she wants to ruin your brand. So people don't want to really mess with Q. Since I know Q, I never knew her to have her own place. I swear to God. Like, she has all this money and she does this and she's a boss and I'm a bum. I never knew Q to have a place to stay. I knew her to stay with Scott, and then after Scott, she moving with her mom or grandma, whatever. But have y'all ever seen Q's house? Like, the people on YouTube, right? These fans, these die-hard fans. Have you ever seen this girl house? Do you know what her bathroom looked like? Do you know which dresser she puts her plates in? You don't know none of those things. That girl never had a house. That's why she was so happy to be in Barbados in that rinky-dink house, that old house. Not like if somebody is living that life, everything about them is going to be luxury. Every single thing. If you're making all this money, and I'm not trying to say like, oh, everything has to be like, come on, but the way she talks and the way she comes off and how she acts, right? You expect everything is gonna be Beyonce, wouldn't you? I would. Like, everything should give Beyonce, or if it don't give Beyonce, it should give Kelly Rowland or Michelle. It shouldn't give what's the girl name? What's the girl that sing My Neck, My Back? Like, y'all been keeping up with that? It shouldn't be given that. It should be given like Beyonce, at least Kelly or Michelle. But girl, you're not even giving none of those things. You're not even giving a Michelle. So she was like, oh, I'm so happy to have this house. And then we were all hearing things in the background. So she wasn't there alone. Like, we heard footsteps and other things when she was on live a couple times. And how you just jump from being in Barbados and go all the way to Nigeria? Like, so when your trip is over, or are you staying in Nigeria? And if that's your house, I never know people could just leave their houses like that. Like, I never know that if she has a house, like an actual home to stay in, right? I never knew you could just break your leases in this America that I've been here, that I have problems breaking a lease. They be trying to like bill me for if I want to break a lease, because I have broke 2 leases, and they charge you for those months that your lease was supposed to be signed and you're supposed to fulfill your lease, and you don't fulfill it, they're still going to charge you for those times, right? So when y'all met Q online, how many times have she moved? How many times have Q moved? At least like 10 times. So you trying to tell me you broke 10 leases and they just let it go like that, like no consequence, nothing? It was just fine. I guarantee you it was a nigga that she was staying with in Barbados that she met. 100%. 100%. So now she's left Barbados and she's gonna live in Nigeria. I think my honest opinion is the rent is too expensive in America for her. That's my honest opinion. And especially here in Delaware, where she has ruined her reputation. That's why I don't even care. If you notice, I'm calm. right? For someone that Q did the video on saying, oh, she's a hoe, a mistress, oh, suck dick, whatever, whatever. You should be like, why is this girl so calm? I don't care what Q gotta say. She can make 20 videos. Nobody here believes her because we all know her. Like they're gonna probably like, oh, she did a video on you, okay, but that's not gonna change nothing, baby. I'm still the boss. You can do 100 videos on me. I'm still the boss. I still pay these people. Everybody is on my payroll. You want to see my payroll, baby? From each store, it's at least $15,000 a month or a week. I need to find out, but it's a week. My payroll is high. I have people working for me in all different races. All right. So I'm the boss. You can make 100 videos on me. It doesn't change anything. People still want to come eat. They're always hungry. Everybody loves African food, and we have the only African restaurants in this area, and we have 2 already, and we locked in. We already locked in. We are already locked in, and we're about to be locked in with a 3rd one, a new location. So, baby, you cannot tarnish what God built. You have a plan, but God's plan is better. Do you understand that? I'm speaking to you as an African woman. I'm giving you lessons, Q. I'm talking to you, Q, now. I know you're watching, right? You have a plan, but God's plan is better, right? So I'm talking to you as an African woman. Take this advice. You can never plan the downfall for someone. And it says in my religion, right, that people can plan bad, but if God does not plan bad for you, it will never happen. People can plan good. People can plan good for you, but if God don't want good for you, it will never happen. So this is to say that my God is strong, and you will never ever be able to move me off my high horse, because baby, it's high. You get that? It's high. It's really, really high. You took my life, my character, and try to put it on your content and pretend to be somebody you're not. That's why you're getting all of this is happening. And you were, baby, you were scared when I posted that little short talking about exposing Q after you made that video about me. You got scared. You were shaking in that video. I had you trimming. Like, the thought of my name give you goosebumps. You understand? It give you goosebumps. The thought of me make you didn't know what to do. You didn't even say hello. Did y'all get that out of the video? When she got on that live, did she say hello? How you guys doing like she usually does? No, she did not. She did not say none of those things. She forgot her line. She forgot her script when she heard about me. That I was going to finally, because she knows I'm a quiet girl. Q knows I'm quiet and I'm well mannered. So she didn't think I would ever come on here to address her. So she thought she was gonna say all of these things about me, and I was just not gonna say anything because I was this little African girl with no clout, no social media, no way to defend myself. But baby, look, you have a plan, but God's plans is better. Right? So now when y'all see Q trying to be this African queen, this African woman, know that it's me. Know that it's me. Know that she's trying to be